My name's Vera Baird and I was elected to be the Police and Crime Commissioner for Northumbria in November of 2012. My job is to make sure that everybody in Northumbria has the best police service possible so that you feel safe, both at home and out on our streets. How I intend to do this is set out in my Police and Crime Plan, which I'm going to tell you about now. You can also read it on my website, and it's up there as well in an easy read form. I've written my plan with your help after talking to as many members of the public as I could, at metro stations, in supermarkets, and through an online survey. As part of this, I made sure I spoke to as many different people as possible, including young people and old people, disabled people, people from ethnic minority backgrounds, and gay, lesbian, and transgender people. I listened carefully, and these are your priorities and mine. The first of them is putting victims first. Most victims of crime are satisfied with the service they receive from Northumbria Police, but some people would like officers to be a bit more sympathetic and to keep them up to date about their case. I'll ensure that the most vulnerable victims of crime and antisocial behaviour get personal support and they get firm action. The next priority is antisocial behaviour. Things like graffiti and drunken behaviour, if they aren't dealt with, can have bad effects on people and communities. We are determined to drive down antisocial behaviour, which is still a big issue for people. My next priority is domestic and sexual abuse. There are around 28,000 reports of domestic violence each year in Northumbria, and it's clear that we must stop this. I want to make it easier to report incidents to officers who will all have been trained to respond sympathetically. Even if no crime has been committed and no prosecutions wanted, police will offer to connect you to a local group that will give you some help and some support. The next priority is reducing crime. Northumbria has one of the lowest crime rates in the country, but we will work hard to prevent crime. We'll work hard on that with councils and with others, and we will investigate and try to catch anyone who commits things like violence, burglary, hate crime, or any kind of crime. My final priority is community confidence. If people aren't confident that the police can keep them safe, they may worry unnecessarily about crime. Police are very happy to be spoken to about anything. If they should ever get something wrong, we will make sure that any complaint you have is dealt with very quickly and is dealt with well. Now I'd like to introduce you to Sue Sim, the Chief Constable of Northumbria, who's going to tell you how her officers will deliver on these priorities.
We are justifiably proud of our policing record in Northumbria. We continue to be one of the best performing forces in the country, with falling crime meaning thousands of fewer victims and many more families feeling safe in their homes and on our streets. Public satisfaction and confidence also remains high, and I'm determined it stays that way. That's why the Commissioner and I have discussed this plan in great detail, and I've put together a delivery plan to make sure that, as a police service, we achieve our targets in measurable steps. In putting victims first, we are committed to ensuring those most at risk in our communities get a service based on their individual needs. We will measure this by maintaining our position as the best force in the country for victim satisfaction levels. While incidents of antisocial behaviour have fallen dramatically in recent years, we know the misery it can cause. That's why we're overhauling our approach to antisocial behaviour to focus it clearly from the victim's perspective, with one of our targets being to visit the most vulnerable victims within an hour. Domestic and sexual abuse is historically underreported, and we're working to ensure that those who are at most risk, the vulnerable in our communities, get the support and service they need. We have continued to improve the safety of people in Northumbria, but there are still a number of quality of life issues that affect them. We will encourage communities to tell us what concerns they have so we can continue to tackle them and build public trust and confidence. And last, but by no means least, is our commitment to reducing crime. Although offences have fallen by nearly half over the past few years, we will keep working to cut it further and have set a number of targets which we will measure this by. These priorities all have challenging targets, but I know all my officers and staff are committed to achieving them. Throughout this plan, I'll continue to work closely with the Commissioner, partners and the public to ensure Northumbria remains one of the safest places to live, work and visit.